You're watching the NDRA, National Drag Racing Association.
The mean streets of downtown Normal, Illinois are about to be turned upside down for one of the most intense and dangerous events of all sports today, drag racing. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the National Drag Racing Association. I'm Rich DeBarba, and with me, as always, is my partner and the editor of National Drag Racing Monthly Magazine, Nick Hand.
Thanks, Rich. It's good to be here, and I gotta say, I'm excited for a big day of drag racing.
As am I, Nick. Today promises to be one of the most heated competitions we've seen in a long time. Even right now, the races are gearing up to take it to the streets of this downtown area.
Well, Rich, there's a feeling in the air. It's the anticipation. You can cut it with a knife. I know these races are gonna give it their all today.
Well, without further ado, Nick, let's head to downtown Normal and meet today's drag racers. Here is the lovely and talented Amanda Playwith. Gorgeous hair.
Hailing from Cobb County, Georgia, we have the fiery Southern belle known as Bev Rages.
Up next, the vivacious vixen, Betty Blue. She looks good enough to eat.
And how about this hot little mama, Connie Lingus?
Here is the very ravishing Allison Wonderland. And she is pumped up for this race.
Check out this scandalous little cutie, Ida Slapter.
And last but certainly not least is the succulent and sexy Anorexia.
All of them gorgeous, all of them deadly drag racers, Rich.
Indeed, Nick. But before we start today's competition, let's take a brief look at the rules. And then, why don't we take a tour of this grueling course that these drag racers are going to have to go through today. Rule number 1. You must complete the race in full drag. The dress must stay on, the shoes must stay on, and the wig must stay on, ladies. Any shedding of clothing could result in disqualification. Rule number 2 is all about this guy right here, the sexually confused Ken doll.
He is quite the looker, Rich.
Yes, I'm oddly aroused. In order to win, you must have the Ken doll in hand as you cross the finish line. So, of course, our drag queens will be constantly fighting each other for control of the Ken doll. It's sort of like that old game Smear the Queer, except, well, no.
It's pretty much Smear the Queer.
And that's it, Nick. 2 rules only. Everything else goes.
That's what makes this sport so dangerous and so popular.
Well, there really don't need to be too many rules today, Nick. The race course alone will be challenging enough. Let's take a look at where our racers will be going today.
Okay, the race will begin at the starting line. From here, our drag queens will run as fast as they can to get to the sexually confused Ken doll, who is waiting in front of them on a concrete pedestal. Then, the drag racers will make their way through the downtown area, battling each other for control of the Ken doll.
As the battle rages, they will head down North Street, where they must jump through the giant pink upside-down triangle. From there, they will perform a series of what we like to call run-throughs, where our drag racers will run inside various local businesses in downtown Normal, beginning here at Jake's Pizza. The drag racers will run inside Jake's all the way to the back door, where they will enter through another door. That door will put them inside our second business, the Movie Fan, where they will fly by the various DVDs and videos, and then exit out the front door of the Movie Fan.
Once they're back outside, the queens will race past Broadway and cross the street, where they will enter downtown Normal's local record shop, Waiting Room Records. Inside, they will zoom past the CDs and vinyl records to Waiting Room's back door.
Once these backdoor beauties are outside again, they'll enter a wonderful park area. At the streetlight, they'll hang a right and tumble down this gigantic hill at the bottom of the park, where the finish line awaits them, and with it, fame, glory, and the biggest prize in drag racing, the beautiful Head of Lettuce trophy.
Hedda Lettuce, of course, the founder of drag racing and one of the most prominent drag racers of the 1920s.
She truly was one of a kind. But remember, Nick, in order for today's drag queen to win, she must cross the finish line with that sexually confused Ken doll gripped firmly in her manly little hand. Or else it would have all been for nothing.
Wouldn't that be a damn shame?
Well, let's head down to the starting line where our lovely racing girl, Rachel Irish, will signal the beginning of the drag race.
On your mark.
Looks like Bev Rages is having some trouble at the starting line.
Fix it, hurry up, fix it!
Ida Slapter has taken the Kindle and she's in the lead.
Fix it, fix it!
Ida Slapter rounds the corner, followed by Connie Lingus, Amanda Playwith, and Anorexia. Betty Blue and Alice in Wonderland are trailing in the back, bitch slapping each other.
Bev Rage's pit crew is out there trying to get that high heel fixed up.
Here come our drag racers through the pink triangle. Rage's shoe seems to be patched up.
Bev Rage's pit crew sprays her down, and she is...
Oh no! Bev Rages takes a tumble. She is out of this race, Nick.
Very unfortunate.
Ida Slapter gets tripped up on the pink triangle and he takes a spill. It looks like Connie Lingus has scooped up the Kindle and yes, we have a lead change. Connie Lingus is headed for Jake's Pizza.
Ida Slapter really dropped the ball there, Rich. I mean, the Ken doll.
Drag racing now down a long stretch of North Street. Connie Lingus in the lead, followed by Ida Slapter. Playwith goes down. Wonderland and Blue are in pursuit with Anorexia bringing up the rear.
Time for our first run through.
Connie Lingus heads into Jake's Pizza.
Looks like she's pretty thirsty, Rich.
Now there's an experience that guy will never forget. Connie through the back. Oh my! Connie Lingus goes down. Ida Slapter is doing just that. And here comes everyone else.
We got ourselves a dog pile.
Get off me!
It's pure pandemonium in the back of Jake's Pizza. Wait, it looks like Betty Blue is emerging from the pile.
Woo! See you, ladies.
Yes, Betty Blue has the Kindle. Betty Blue is heading into the movie fan now.
Amanda Playwith just tore off Connie Lingus' wig. Rich, that's her signature move.
Betty Blue gets distracted by a video, and Alice in Wonderland grabs Ken. Alice in Wonderland now exiting the movie fan.
I think that's Pretty Woman, Rich.
As you would know, and a pretty woman she is.
Anorexia and Ida Slapter are just not getting out of that back room.
The leader is flying down North Street. She's crossing the street and heading into Waiting Room Records. It's Alice in Wonderland, followed by Amanda Playwith, and then Connie Lingus and Betty Blue. Ida Slapter and Anorexia desperately trying to catch up. And now all of our racers are in Waiting Room Records, confusing many of the customers and all of the cashiers. Back exit of Waiting Room. Oh my! Allison just dropped that Kindle.
Rich, Amanda Playwith locked the door. I think Connie and Betty are locked in.
Amanda Playwith again with her signature wig pull.
Only that's not a wig, Rich.
And Alice in Wonderland is furious. We've got a new leader heading down to the home stretch. It's Amanda Playwith and Alice in Wonderland right on her high heels. Oh no, here comes Allison. Holy chowder!
Snap! Alice in Wonderland just took down Amanda Playwith hard.
Oh my God! Oh no! Amanda Playwith is getting pummeled. Connie and the rest of the racers finally get that door open, and here they come. Alice in Wonderland is wailing on Amanda Playwith. Here we go, down to the wire. Allison just needs to stop beating on Amanda and cross that finish line.
Hey, here come the drag racers over the hill. Here comes Ida Slapter.
Betty Blue, Connie Lingus, Anorexia, it's anyone's game here. Somebody stop this! Alice in Wonderland is finally up. All she has to do is cross that finish line. Oh! Bev rages out of nowhere. She grabs the Kindle.
Oh yes.
and crosses the finish line.
Who's the best racer now?
No!
My God, I can't believe it! Bev Rages wins! Woo! Bev Rages is your drag racing champion.
Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, she came out of nowhere, Rich.
I have no idea how she did it, but Bev Rages wins this one, and the rest of these old queens just got their hearts broken.
Wow. It's unbelievable.
Bev Rages is your winner. Now let's go back and take a look at some of the highlights of this incredible race.
Well, here we see Bev Rages with some big time problems right at the starting line. So I'm not sure how she got that fixed and got caught up.
Ida Slapter is the first to grab the Ken doll, but she loses it in that big pink triangle. And Connie Lingus holds on to Ken all the way down to the back of Jake's Pizza.
She takes a nasty fall here, whew, Rich, and then all hell broke loose.
It was a drag queen dog pile with Betty Blue emerging with the Ken doll.
But then Betty got distracted by Pretty Woman, a great movie, and Alice in Wonderland was able to take advantage.
Amanda Playwith was the leader for a moment until Alice in Wonderland killed her.
And it looked like Allison was going to win this one.
It did indeed, but then here comes Bev Rages out of nowhere to pull it out at the very end. And joining us now from the finish line is our champion, Bev Rages. Bev, this has got to be a great victory for you. Can you tell us what's going through your mind right now?
I just can't believe I came from behind to win like that. I think we all now know who the best racer is.
Dude, Bev, I've got to ask you because everyone's been asking me. How did you come from behind to win? I mean, you barely got off the starting line. How'd you do it?
Oh, I took a cab.
Well, there you have it.
Watch the hair, ass!
God! Here, you want it?
Well, there you have it, folks. Bev Rages cheats to win, but win she does. And today goes home with that highly coveted Head of Lettuce trophy, as well as the grand cash prize of over $26 in change.
She's a lucky lady. She is.
That she is, Nick, and we're lucky to have been able to witness such a grand spectacle in drag racing today. From Normal, Illinois, where Bev Rages is your national drag racing champion, I'm Rich DeBarba.
I'm Nick, and
Thank you for watching, everyone. Good night.
hey, do you want to get a drink? Got to ask you. I mean, everyone's been asking me.
Action! I need a...
You eat the rest of them. Well, major boob problems. You gotta think about these things when you're, you know?
Action.
Whoops.